and just talk about Wednesday. I went bungee jumping, and I wanted to share some of my experiences because I think that when you hear what I'm going to share here and how I use Qigong to help me with bungee jumping, my first time ever bungee jumping, it was the highest bungee jump in all of Canada, 210 feet, very frightening experience. But I want to share how I use some Qigong and some breath work and mindfulness to do something that I found rather scary and challenging to do. I'm glad I did it. Oftentimes it's the challenging things that we do in life that ends up being the most rewarding. So let's talk about that. So I recently did a 210-foot bungee jump here in Montreal with a good friend of mine. And the whole experience from actually first seeing how high up it was, that was frightening. When that happened, I could feel the tightness in my muscles, my breathing tightening, and my mind sort of racing like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna ever jump off this thing. And the actual experience was very smooth. The crew was very good with everything that they did. And it was the process of getting the harness on and walking up the steps. And each step I noticed how high we were going, higher and higher. And I had to really connect to my breath and let thoughts come and go. There's moments when you're walking up like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to jump this. It's too high, like what did I get myself into? And so I just kept breathing and relaxing through the experience. And so at the top of the bungee jumping tower, there were 6 of us, and I was the last person to go. So that was nice because I was able to see 5 people go before me to do the bungee jump. And then I had a nice view. So there's something about bungee jumping that I learned, like when you're facing it, like you absolutely have to be there in that moment, right? So by the time it came to actually jump, they're loading up my ankle harness and getting me ready to go. I felt so scared, so terrified because I was about to jump off this 200-foot ledge over the harbor, and that was really scary and frightening. So I used my breathwork and Qigong practice to relax, to get myself through it, and to actually make sure I jump, because there's a couple of times when I was about to jump off this huge 200-foot tent bungee that I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. So some down the sky, some relaxation, I shook my muscles out, and when you actually watch the video of the bungee jump, I could actually see how tense I was a little bit when I first jumped off, because I was like pretty scared. Actually, when the guy counted down to 3, I didn't move, like my body just would not lean forward. And so he counted to 3 again, and I leaned off. And what I can tell you about my bungee jumping experience was that the scariest part was being on the ledge. And the best part was when I was falling. As you're falling, you feel, for me personally, I did not feel any fear. I felt relaxed, at peace. At first it was a little surreal because you're falling and you're going very fast. But as soon as the bungee catches at the bottom and you get flung back up, it feels for me it's very peaceful. I just relaxed my whole body. I breathed, I felt like I was floating, and so that was great. So I use my breathing exercises, mindfulness and Qigong to do the world's highest bungee. I'm from Canada, by the way, guys. And here on this channel, I'm teaching Qigong, which is an ancient Chinese practice for less stress and more energy. And I just wanted to kind of share that experience of how learning this skill set of mindfulness and stretching and breathing can be really useful in whatever you're doing in life. And so for me, it was this experience of using it to relax and to get through a scary experience. And I'm glad I did that. Qigong and breathwork can be used for public speaking or difficult conversations, whatever you need it for to regulate your emotions and nervous system. These practices are there for that. So that's fantastic. Have you ever tried bungee jumping? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna hang out here for the next 10 minutes. I see people are asking where people are from. I'm from Canada, some people from Germany. Hope you guys are doing well. New Qigong video is going live today. It's gonna be a 5-minute Qigong practice for the morning that you could do every day for quick energy and stress relief every day. I filmed many other routines also during that time, but my microphone wasn't turned on, so I'm gonna have to refilm some things. But that's a good opportunity because I think there are better shots here in Montreal I can find, better parks to film those. So I'll figure that out as we go. So yeah, stay tuned for more Qigong videos coming out. Guys, I also just launched a blog on the Effortless Qigong website. And to kind of go with this morning routine video, also there's my first blog post, which is how to use Qigong in the morning for less stress and more energy, and also how to make it work with your schedule. Because some of us are, we've got busy mornings with kids and making lunches or getting ourselves together in the morning. So in that blog post, I explain some good ways you can start to actually make Qigong a part of your morning routine. And stay tuned for more posts like that. And of course, if you like the blog posts, sign up for the newsletter because I've got a newsletter running as well now. Cool. All right. Also, this summer I listened to a lot of really great audio programs and audiobooks, and I just released my top 10 in my newsletter. So make sure you guys are signing up for that because there are things I'm sharing to people who take that next step and sign up for the newsletter. That I don't share on YouTube or Facebook. So there is benefit to taking those next steps and getting in the newsletter. So that's that. Some people asking where I'm from Canada. Jared, where are you from? I'm from Canada. Bye. Okay. Hope you guys are as well, Steve. If you can find some time today to relax, to breathe, to stretch, do it. Watch one of my routines. Watch a Qigong video. Watch a breathwork routine. Do some meditation. Clear some stress today. Jack saying he wants to call out. What up, Jack? How you doing? Hope we're doing well. So my whole thought process is like bungee jumping off a 200-foot tower like I did this week was stressful and it was challenging. And I think though we aren't bungee jumping every day, we are facing stresses every day. Whether it's showing up to work or doing something new or just life is stressful and things are building up. Learning Qigong, breathwork, mindfulness, everything I teach here at Effortless Qigong is like this. These are the skill sets that we should be learning for an abundant, rich, and powerful life, because your ability to control, to master your emotions, how you think, how you manage your stress and energy levels. Like if you're really stressed and anxious, knowing the skill set how to calm yourself down and to reframe your thinking can be really useful. Like that's a worthwhile investment because as humans, our lives are a gift and we live a long time. And if you've noticed anything about human history, it's that all of human history has had challenges. Every great person you've learned about has faced many challenges. Every human that you know or don't know about is facing challenges right now. And so learning these skill sets investing time into cultivating your energy system is going to give you so many rewards that I can't even explain it right now. Like how I lived my life and how I felt prior to learning Qigong, and doing a regular breathwork practice and meditation is quite different than how I am now. Because in the past I would get anxious or stressed and I would kind of get stuck in those emotions and they'd be in my body and I didn't know how to clear them or shake them out or stretch them out. And it wasn't until I started practicing Qigong with Lee Holden, that I felt that shift. I was like, oh my gosh, in just 10 minutes I can shift from like an 8 out of 10 stress level to like a 3 or a 4, which is pretty good, right? And I noticed that the more often I was doing it, it's almost like you're building a muscle. This ability to switch how you're feeling. But you have to actually practice it for it to work. And yeah, so for me that's been really rewarding. And that's why, personally, because this changed my life so profoundly, and I see how we could use this in society, that I decided to become a teacher. And so here at Effortless Qigong, I'm in the early days here building this thing, but it's all about putting out the best Qigong routines I can and making this practice accessible for people and deepening my own understanding every day. Like I'm always deepening my understanding of Qigong practice through studying books and doing the practices. Obviously I'm a certified teacher, but certification is one thing, and then really deepening and mastering something is something else. And so throughout the rest of my life, I'll be doing that and sharing that with everyone here who follows along. So, and it's been a rewarding process, challenging. At first I felt a bit nervous about putting out content, but now I've built up a small following of 1,500 something people here on YouTube, and newsletter, and I've had clients come through and done some programs and stuff, so it feels good, it feels rewarding. And I think I would love to see your experience. If you have not tried a Qigong practice before, I recommend that you do it. I've got plenty of great videos, and there's lots of other great teachers on YouTube as well that you can check out. So yeah, invest in yourself. I think if we're in like a country where we have access to internet and books and everything that we have right now, courses, like the future, I really think belongs to those who invest in themselves. We live in an age where we have like pretty much every book you could buy and order, and it could be there in like a week. You can find courses, and you can find audiobooks, and you can find teachers and coaches, and you can invest in your life in a way that was never possible to any human before. And I think the future really belongs to those who do. And with artificial intelligence as well, just another tool in your toolbox. Like I personally use ChatGPT quite often to reflect on my thinking and to work on myself. It's a useful tool. It doesn't replace a coach, and it's not quite the same as speaking to a friend, but you can have very deep conversations with AI, and you can cover a lot of ground, and you can really grow yourself with an artificial intelligence tool. Now the next process here is the next process. Yeah, so I recently released a book list to my newsletter, which was like 10 books for cultivating inner peace. And one of them was Digital Dharma by Deepak Chopra, where he talks about how to use artificial intelligence to grow yourself spiritually and to grow to do personal development. And I think that's one of the tools that if people can start to see artificial intelligence, not just as a way of like creating an image or doing your homework for you, or writing a book for you, or all this stuff, actually using these tools as like a coach asking AI powerful questions, like ask AI what anxiety is, what are emotions, how can I deepen my self-reflection, how can I grow personally, how can I grow spiritually, and give it some context about who you are and what you do, and then develop yourself, right? I think the future belongs to those who honestly are the most conscious, those who grow themselves, those who read books, those who listen to audio programs, those who do Qigong practice, those who go to yoga classes, those who exercise, those who invest in healthy eating. Like, this is, to me, what we should be working on. How can we be healthier, happier human beings? How can we be more self-expressive? How can we create deeper, healthier relationships? That's something that's super important to me right now. And as a Qigong teacher, as someone who studies Qigong, it's like I've been also realizing that something I want to talk about more is how can we actually get out there and meet people, because there's a loneliness epidemic in the West right now. We're just not connecting enough, young people especially. Like, I'm 29. I know I went through a bit of that after COVID, just feeling a bit isolated. And so for Qigong to really work, we actually have to it's important to include touch. And so, like, I spend a lot of time talking to girls and socializing, and that does help my Qigong practice. In the future, I'll be doing a workshop with Moshe Wiseman, the creator of the Multi-O Man Coaching Program. I'll talk about more of that in the future. But basically, the Taoists have known this for thousands of years, and that's why there's all these amazing practices for cultivating our energy. But we want to do our own solo practice, your breath work and meditation and these things. But also, it's so important to get out there and socialize. This idea that you're just going to meditate your way into like a super great state isn't the case. As humans, we're way too social. So I had to learn this myself, and I've noticed that like a Qigong practice really works well when you're also socializing, when you're dating, or if you're getting touch and intimacy. Those are really important things to pursue. So don't mock those things. There's a lot of Taoist sexual practices that are great to learn. We really pursue the gamut of what we have here and all these ancient practices. The more you can tune in to your thoughts, your emotions, sensations through your meditation and your Qigong practice, your sex life will improve. You'll be more sensitive to your partner's emotions and thoughts, and be able to connect with them on a deeper level. One of the beautiful things about being a human is our ability to really connect with other people. It's our relationships that really, I think, matter the most at the end of the day. Be healthy in ourselves, and to have deep connections with people. So that's great. Yeah, so much to talk about, so much to explore. So yeah, okay, this is my 20-minute live today. Hope you guys are doing well. Now, if you haven't tried a Qigong practice, you can try any of my routines here for free. You can sign up for the free Effortless Qigong 7-day challenge as well on my website. There is an infinite abundance of energy inside of you that we can learn to tap into through Qigong practice. It's kind of like, being a Qigong teacher is kind of like selling or marketing a fish on water. Like, you already have so much abundance in you that you can explore through a Qigong practice or breath work. And it's just taking the time to really cultivate that practice. When I began my Qigong certification in the manual, they said that Qigong practice is sort of like entering this castle with many rooms, and as you explore this castle, you will discover many treasures that you did not know could exist or were real. And I think that is true of a Qigong practice. There's so much about your energy system and your emotions and your physiology and your nervous system and your thoughts and all this stuff that you don't even know exists or is possible yet until you try it, until you make a real commitment to investing in yourself every day. Because wherever you are right now, you deserve to be healthy, you deserve to be happy, you deserve to feel good in yourself and to build healthy relationships, right? Express yourself, be yourself. It doesn't really matter what other people think about you. You can grow very strong and very sovereign, and all these practices are a part of that process. Be yourself, get out there, do your thing. Yeah. So hope you guys are doing well. Keep it effortless, stay well. This is Jared from Effortless Qigong. I'm out here in Montreal. It's a beautiful day in Montreal. So I hope you guys are enjoying it wherever you are. Take a big breath. Let go. Relax. Stay healthy. Stay peaceful. I will see you tomorrow. I'm trying to do a live stream as often as I can, every day, ideally. But I'm also not super strict about this because there's a lot going on in my life right now. So, hope you guys are well. Stay peaceful, stay healthy. Cultivate a high quality energetic system through Qigong practice, through mindfulness, meditation. Stay healthy, enjoy yourself, and be well. And for those of you who take that next step, like, I'm gonna commit to practicing Qigong for 7 days. Maybe you'd sign up for the 7-day Qigong challenge. You'll well be glad you did. I guarantee you. Because there's nothing like this practice on earth. And when you decide to invest in your energetic system, you're investing into every area of your life. So, and it just keeps on giving. So, stay well, stay peaceful, have a good day too. Bye-bye.